Dude, Livia Soprana needs to chill, man. What's wrong with why is she's being such a you know what all the time? When nobody visits her, she's like, you never visit me. When people visit her, she's like, why do you never visit me? I want to die. Like, just chill, lady. She's a troll. She says she wants to die like 4 times an episode, man. It's insane. She does say, I wish the Lord would take me now. She's always saying that stuff. She's always saying, chicken jockey. How many times can I pick up produce and put it down at the grocery store before it becomes a problem? I mean, if you put it back down and you pick it back up again, you're mentally ill. It's one time. You could pick up 12 apples before you select a couple apples, but you can't pick up the same apple that you put down. That's outrageous. Also, if it takes you more than like a minute and a half to pick out the apples, you need to get a life, which is fine. Like the first step of solving a problem is admitting that you have a problem. But like, there's some variance in the apples, don't get me wrong. But at some point, you're just playing with it. Is it okay if I treat you with like a K-pop artist on Twitter? Well, it depends. Are you a K-pop fan or are you like a member of a K-pop company? Because they treat their K-pop stars very differently depending on the relationship that they have with them. Company? No, I'm not going to stand for that. You'll be in prison. Also, why are you on Twitter? Didn't you see him do the fucking salute? You saw the salute, right? You're still there? You getting something there you can't get somewhere else? What is it? He did the salute, man. Like 5 times. Everybody's got their limit, but I think it's okay to ask. I'm on there to piss him off? I think that's fair. I think there's some fairness there. 6 is my limit. All right, well, fair enough. You may get your wish. He's super pissed you keep making him money. Well, I mean, like, I don't think you're making him much money on Twitter, to be fair. Didn't he sell it to himself? Like, that's some shit that's, like, legal, but you need someone with a CPA to, like, table that shit for you, right? There's, like, a wink and a nudge there. Twitter sold for, like, $31 million to himself. Listen, I'm not an accounting expert. That seems bad, though. If I start buying my own shit, I hope at least I would have the good sense to pay full price for it instead of giving myself a discount. Great title today. I just hope you will meme along with me. I hope you'll meme along with me today for the Block Party edition of the stream, where we repeat our favorite catchphrases and throw popcorn on the floor. Logging a Marvel movie tonight on Letterboxd. Just a warning, avoid the platform for a day. I don't want you to see that. You know, Nick, I got to give you credit. You're a real cinema head. You'll go watch some shit that was like the first movie ever streamed online at 3 frames per second, and it took 10 years to actually do the entire runtime. But you'll also go see big tentpole Kevin Feige release. I think that's totally. You're in it for the love of the game, man. I don't take any offense to that. If it's Kino, it's Kino. You see, the Rizzler approved it. The Rizzler liked the Marvel movie. Okay, well, the dude. No disrespect to the Rizzler. He's 11, or 9 maybe. So I don't think I am going to start taking the Rizzler's movie recommendations yet, but that's good. He's 8. No, dude, he was 8 last year. There's no shot that he's 8 years old. I really don't want to Google how old is the Rizzler, though. He's so young, he gave apple juice a 10 out of 10. He's kind of real for that one, though. He's kind of real for that. I think apple juice, one of the most underrated juices. The culture did a disservice to the average individual. Somehow they convinced the average Andy that apple juice is only for kids, but orange juice is like... It's the Winnie the Pooh meme, where it's like his teeth are all fucked up and he's sitting in that chair and his apple juice. And then it's the same dude, but he's in a suit. Orange juice. It's just fruit, sugar, and water, man. It's like, I don't know why you have to divide us. I love apple juice. I take apple over orange any day of the week. He did give apple juice 5 big booms. I support that, man. Cranberry. I like cranberry too. I like grapefruit. I could believe that I Show Speed is at the conclave. I'm not just appealing to my base. Because I'll offend you too. Do you think that we as a society went wrong when we kept drinking juice even though it got way worse? And my thoughts on that are... Oh, you're talking about the Rizzler. Fair enough. Grow up drinking, Tropicana orange juice for like 25 years, right? You're like, yeah, orange juice is pretty good. Try real freshly squeezed orange juice for the first time and realize that it's the best tasting nectar on the planet. And then go back and have a glass of Tropicana orange juice and go, why the hell am I drinking orange vinegar and water? I have to imagine that at some point we were drinking juice because it was tasty. And then after like the Industrial Revolution, it was like, check it out. We can just make orange juice at like one central factory and ship it all across the world. And we were like, that's amazing. Orange juice is going to proliferate. But then when you drank it, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same anymore. Then we were just drinking it. I almost feel like drinking orange juice out of habit. We've swallowed the heuristic instead of the principle. I don't live in Florida, though. Okay, drink some fucking fruit juice that grows close to you, man. Or eat the Carl. I don't know where you live. You ever do yoga? No, it doesn't work for me or for anybody. It works for some people. I think yoga's a placebo. Pilates I believe in because you actually break a sweat. Yoga, I'm not confident that it actually works. I've never seen data that it actually works. Your back's going to regret this. No disrespect, I mog you in every aspect that can be measured scientifically. And I'll stand on business on that. Jump, hang time, squat, dead, overhead press, bench, VO2 max, endurance, 5K, 10K, calf raise. Not even worried about it. Touching your toes? Yeah, touching my toes. No sweat, man. Can you fight? You ever see what happens when the bazaar kicks me out of my run? When I'm in the middle of making a tough decision? You don't want a piece of that, let me tell you that. Gut biome, better than it's been in a decade, let's put it that way. And always on the come up. There's no shot you mog me in calf raises. I'm sorry, it's just that's ridiculous. If you said, hey NL, I mog you on dead, I'd say, you know what? Probably. I got strong hammies, but my grip kind of falls apart. Even with the hybrid grip, or the thumb grip, my grip's not as strong as I would like it to be ideally. On calf raises, there's no shot. I would destroy you at lacrosse. I didn't go to private school, so you're comparing apples and oranges. And as we've already established, apples clear. You don't want that. I was in marching band, my calves mog yours. Literally, I'm just telling you don't want to go calf for calf. This is like when you see the mountain against the skinny guy in the slap fight competitions that were the harbinger for the downfall of Western society about midway through the COVID 2019 pandemic. You don't want that. You're just watching the video waiting to see when the dude's lights turn off. I'm telling you, you don't want that. Now, if I needed somebody to play It's Gonna Be Me on the drums and the trombone, and then like walk 2 steps up, 2 steps right, 2 steps back, 2 steps left, without bumping into the person beside them, you'd be the first person that I call, and I mean that with all due respect. If I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and the question was about Nick Cannon's magnum opus drumline, I would phone you, my friend. I would phone you. But we're going calf for calf. The marching band ain't gonna cut it, buddy. I live my life on my toes. Well, I recommend you stay on yours. If you're gonna be writing checks with your mouse that your keys can't cash. Vice versa, I guess, but you get the idea. Why do you say no respect like it's an insult? Or no disrespect? It's because I've been watching The Sopranos, I think. Italian words that aren't okay for a white guy to say. A white guy like me. What words should I avoid in Italian? What's considered rude in Italian culture? Moving freely around someone else's home? You must accept something they offer. You must leave. If offered, you must have a coffee, a piece of cake, or a glass of water. The fuck is this, man? This is like the rules for interacting with like a witch or something, like a crone. This is how you interact with like an Enderman or something like that. What the hell is this? Italian etiquette, do's and don'ts. Americans always pronounce Italian words wrong. This is from BuzzFeed. Mozzarella is pronounced mozzarella, not mozzarella. Oh, okay. Prosciutto is pronounced prosciutto, not prosciutto. I didn't know that. Bruschetta is pronounced bruschetta, not bruschetta. Okay. Were they even trying? What is this website still alive? BuzzFeed? Also, why would I ever log in with my Google account to BuzzFeed? It's like asking someone in the Secret Service if they want to use their badge to like sign up for Netflix. The Google account is like Fort Knox. BuzzFeed is literally like a coffee shop. What are you talking about? I'm going to link my Google account to BuzzFeed? Where do you get off asking a question like that? Are you insane? To even ask that question, to even broach that subject is crazy. That's madness. Yep, same for minestrone. It's pronounced minestrone, not minestrone or minestrone. Okay, I've decided, who gives a fuck at all? Who fucking cares? This is stupid. I feel like I've made the planet a little bit worse by supporting it by clicking on it. And I apologize for that. That's the kind of shit we were on in 2013. 13 Italian words you mispronounce. Fuck you, man. If you're in a drive-thru, the person in front of you hasn't moved up far enough so the person behind you can order, whose responsibility is it to honk? Buddy, what are you talking about? It's nobody's responsibility to honk. Why are you honking at the drive-thru? The speed is like 0 kilometers an hour. You just wait for them to move up. No, like nobody's... I feel like an insane person for suggesting this. You're not getting the food any faster. It's not like anyone's jumping the line. Why do you need to be anal about it? Everybody's getting their food in like the exact same order that they arrived at the window. It's your responsibility not to honk. With an original run from 78 to 01, the Prelude is a compact sports car introduced by this car brand at 81, brought back in 2025. I want to say it is a Honda Prelude. We take those. I think this is Edie Falco and Danny McBride, man. It's definitely Danny McBride. Buddy, that's Edie Falco. Thank you, Sopranos, man. That's Carmela Soprano, man. I wouldn't have known that last week. That ain't Falco, except it is Falco. If you were the Secretary of Defense, would you let your wife join the Signal chat? Yeah, listen, some things are supposed to be secret. They call them confidential. But you should know, I don't care about the law to that extent. There's an exception. You don't keep secrets from your spouse like that. They should, if a world leader were to tell you a piece of confidential information, there's an implied exemption for spousal purposes. When you get married, you legally become one entity for secret purposes. You're legally bound. Thank you. You're spiritually bound. Turtleneck. I think I was right, man. These are all kinds of necks, right? Breakneck. Blank neck. Mariah? But the Mariah was the easiest, man. The Mariah is the easiest. To bust. I also thought there was like a punch element. Like to wing something. The wing, well, it's like you almost get shot by a bullet. You got grazed. We already had bottle, though. Bottle is like when someone hits you with a bottle in the face. Dog. It's a tough fucking connections today, man. I think we're on something with brace and support. I feel like wait. Relief is all not because support and relief are related, but I feel like statue and relief is also a kind of art, like a bust. But then I don't know what the other one would be. I mean, it feels like rib, torso, and wing would like go together, but post? Prop? Oh. Sometimes you got to slap yourself in the head. You probably wouldn't know about that. You're worried about messing up your hair. Feels good, man. It feels good. I'm hoping at some point Tony Soprano starts slapping himself in the head, because that's the only way personally he'd be more relatable. Apart from that, we pretty much got the same lifestyle. Can I get a shuffle? Support, brace, prop. I guess we'll take relief. Support, prop, brace. This is like to use something to hold yourself up, man. A post can hold you up. A pillar. Relief statue bust. Marble relief, marble statue, marble bust. Things made out of marble. A torso, like in a statue, man. Oh my God. That was hard today, okay? And then, oh, these are things at a fucking cookout. Fuck you, man. Things at a damn cookout. Yeah, the purple was the easiest today. Hey, NL, did you see this tweet? It's funny. Y'all can body shame me for being bald, something I have no control over, but when I call you a fat slob that needs to go to the gym because your heart is giving out, I'm the bad guy. It's giving 23-year-old bald guy who might be an incel, who doesn't go outside, who's having a shower argument with somebody in his head. It's giving guy who's like really, really mad at the world and thinks that he's making up someone who's hypocritical and then owning them. It's giving you talking to chat. I would couch it in more ambiguous terms rather than saying it directly. You know what it reminds me of? Do you ever see that post that's like, it's a cartoon and it's like, make it make sense? And they're weighing their suitcase at the gate at the airport and they're like, sorry, your suitcase is 1 pound over. And they're charging them extra money. But then they usually draw like a caption that's like, this person weighs 500 pounds. And they're like, your suitcase is fine, you're good to go. And then you're like, make it make sense. And then the top comment is always like, they have weight limits on the suitcases so that the people loading the bags into the airplane don't break their backs. And then the people that posted it are like, yeah, but if that weren't the case, you could see how it would be really hypocritical because like the amount of mass that I'm bringing onto the airplane is less than the mass that they're bringing onto the airplane. And it says a lot about society. It's given that. It's given that. NL, did you see this tweet? It's really funny. I can't post the link, but it's basically a video where this girl's getting interviewed about the best way to give a blowjob. And then she says, you got to give him that spit on that thing. I haven't seen that one. Is she related to the financial criminal, Haktua? Of the Louisiana Hawk? No, it's got to be a Tennessee. Sergeant, it's a gorge. It's a gorge. It's a gulch. There we go. Sergeant Pepper. Quaff. Ultra. Actor. Time. There we go. It's 4, 3, 2 down. When you fart from your pussy. Does anyone know this one? 2 down. Pussy fart. What is that? No. You don't know that one. You don't know that one. Okay, that's fine. We can't keep defending you. There's literally nothing misogynist about saying the word pussy. That one friend who's too woke. If anything, it's weirder when people say vagina when they're not doctors or talking about something like from an anatomical context. Like when you queef, your vagina didn't fart. Your pussy farted. That's psychotic to use the clinical name for it when it's farting. Like it's kind of psychotic to me that you get weirded out by the word pussy. Because whenever someone says female, everyone goes female, krungo. That's how I feel when you type vagina outside of like a medical context. Like similarly, it would be krungo if you went to the doctor and said, my pussy hurts. That's a situation for vagina, okay? But you got to read the room. You got to code switch sometimes. There's times where you should be saying vagina, and there's times when you should be saying pussy. I don't know why I'm spinning the globe like there's going to be a new country here. What about Malta? 8,000 kilometers away from Malta. Estonia? Cooler. Angola? Cooler. Pakistan? Cooler. That's what I get for... I was going to say that's what I get for picking a country in the center of the earth, but I guess basically no matter what country you pick, as long as you've only picked one, it's kind of the center of the earth, right? You know what I mean? Like they're all... Yeah, exactly. They're in the center as long as the map's centered on them. How about like Venezuela? Much warmer. 380 kilometers away. Panama? Panama's cooler. That's unfortunate. Oh, no. Trinidad and Tobago? Warmer? Saint Grenadine? Is that a real... No? Okay. Curacao, but then it's going to be like, did you mean the Netherlands? Oh my God. St. Lucia? Oh, shit! I honestly thought, with God as my witness, I thought I was going to type St. Lucia and the map was going to go like, it was going to zoom in like right there. And be like, St. Lucia's colder. And then you guys are going to be like, he doesn't know the islands. Which is true, but this time it worked out in my favor. That's the Bahamas. That's the most fucked up part, because I've been there like 4 times. We're further down. This might be like, this might be UAE. But it's just, it looks huge on the... No, it's definitely not. Are you Saudi Arabia? You are Saudi Arabia, okay. I honestly thought that what it was one of the small Persian Gulf nations appearing huge because they've blown it out on the screen. It does kind of look like you know what it looks like? It looks like Nick Wilde from Zootopia looking the other direction, like looking this way. 2 fox ears. This is like the bottom of his head, and this is his snout. This is Nick Wilde from Zootopia looking this way. It's a mirrored looking. What does that even mean? Why don't you listen to the words of my sentence? Tell me what it means. The hard part is you got to keep the previous words in your mental cache as more and more words show up. But if you're able to do that with a little bit of practice, the meaning should reveal itself to you like a magic eye puzzle. So a little fox guy, it doesn't look like a little fox guy. It looks like Nick Wilde. There are other foxes. It doesn't look like every fox, I'm assuming. It looks exactly like Nick Wilde. It's like I just told you, hey, who am I supposed to be looking at? It's a guy who looks exactly like Matt Damon. Oh, so like a guy? Okay, sorry, you're welcome, by the way, for the help. I told you specifically who to look for. And then you're like, oh, something more generalized? No, man, because there's probably like 30 dudes that are going to walk in here. Only 3 or 4 of them are going to look like Matt Damon, okay? Try to keep up. 53 million week 2 Universal, starring Ben Stiller. 04 is pre-Night at the Museum. So this is Dodgeball. I feel like Dodgeball was a summer John. 2004 Ben Stiller. Can I just get... Okay, you know what? It's probably... No, Meet the Fockers would have opened way bigger than this. A romantic comedy... Oh, it's Along Came Polly! I'm glad I looked, man. I'm glad I looked. DreamWorks was 7 million. A romantic comedy starring Kate Bosworth. That's not Blue Crush. In every love story, there's only room for one leading man. Is this Kate Bosworth? Is this In Good Company? Is this Win a Date with Tad Hamilton? Why do I know this? I've never seen this movie. I know nothing about the plot. Why do I know that Topher Grace is in this movie? I don't know how this is in there, to be honest. This is crazy to me. I've never seen it. When you were a kid, you were just watching TV and ads would show up, man. You can't control what you remember. You can influence it, but you can't control it. 337 from New Line. I was going to say Matrix 3, but that's definitely Warner Brothers. Starring Elijah Wood. Okay, this is in January. This is Return of the King. Lord of the Rings, best fantasy novel of all time. Stop your hate. Where's my hate for Lord of the Rings? It sounds like you have hate in your heart because I called it a kid's movie. Kids' movies aren't bad. You tell me yourself every time I make fun of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. You say it's not a kid's movie, it's for general audiences. It's a fantastic film. The streets are saying it might, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy is the most important cinematic event of the 21st century. But like, what do you mean it's not a kid's movie? You're showing your kid that movie? When they're like 8, yeah. Not when they're 4.5. There's like all this shit with the Uruk-hai. But when they're 8, yeah, man. So it's not a kid's movie? 8-year-olds are kids, bro. What are you talking about? Anything below 13 is a kid? Bro, haven't you been on the internet? Anything below 25 is a kid. Oh, here we go. Please tell me he's not doing this bit again. My friends without kids love to tell me that Lord of the Rings is not a kid's movie. They loved it. My favorite... Cars isn't a kid's movie, man. Lightning McQueen literally crashes. He crashes his car. He gets marooned in Radiator Springs, man. He gets arrested by a police car. And he has to go to court and stand in front of a judge that's also a car. Shit doesn't make any sense. You think a kid can deal with that kind of shit? How the fuck is there a whole society where every individual is a fucking car? You pick the one Pixar movie that's definitely a kid's movie. Bitch, Finding Nemo's a kid's movie for sure. I'm not saying adults can't enjoy it, but it's a kid's movie. You know why it's a kid's movie? If an 11-year-old was like, Finding Nemo's my favorite movie, I'd be like, yeah, you're 11. If a 52-year-old was like, Finding Nemo's my favorite movie, I'd be like, damn, you never see like any Martin Scorsese films or nothing? You can like whatever you like. You just got to be prepared to defend yourself a little bit. Nobody eats for free, okay? This is such a bad take. I'm not getting baited. You need to grow up. You don't need to. If it brings you comfort in an uncertain world, then you can cling to that. That's also fine. But there's also a level. I'm asking you to acknowledge. What's your favorite movie? Me thinking of the most mature movie of all time. Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. Oh, that's a movie for kids? Yeah, that's a kid's movie. Lady gives birth to a baby that's a zombie. Yeah. Try showing that to your 1-year-old. They'll be freaking out. Actually, they might say something like, kid, chicken jockey. Why can't an all-ages movie exist? Please explain and let me know your thoughts. Why are you assuming I said it can't exist? It can exist. I love Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I can't wait till my daughter's like 9. We can watch the trilogy together. It would be a formative cinematic experience for her. I'm looking forward to sharing the journey. You said 8 earlier? They're really long. Saying something is a kid's movie is different from saying it's all ages. Yeah, well, that's where we started the conversation, I believe. I don't know what you want me to say. What makes it a kid's movie? If a 12-year-old told me that it was their favorite movie, I would say that sounds about right. We're playing the hits, Paul. I know you've been playing Blueprints for a while. You might have missed it. We were saying this about a lot of movies. Every generation got put on trial. It's the same thing. And the millennials did not like this one. I think I'm angering Gen Z more with this take. The millennials and Gen X did not like when I called Jurassic Park a kid's movie. They were saying some shit like, lawyer gets eaten on the porta potty. Really? Really? You really think a 6-month-old baby wouldn't cry when the T-Rex ate the lawyer on the porta potty? The shit was in theaters when I was in the 2nd grade. Some of my classmates went to see it, man. It's their favorite movie to this day. How is that not a kid's movie? A kid saw it and said, that's my favorite movie. How is this an argument? My mom took me to see it when I was a kid and we were too young. Your mom took you to see it when you were a kid, man. It's a kid's movie. That's an argument in my favor. Just because you weren't ready for it doesn't mean you should deprive all kids of the right to see the lawyer get eaten on the porta potty. It doesn't resonate with me because I haven't seen Jurassic Park. And this is going to make everybody angry. I think that in terms of like what age would I let my kid watch these movies, Jurassic Park and Lord of the Rings, about the same age gate, in my opinion. 8, 9, 10, depending on the demeanor of your kid. Somewhere in there, seems fair to me. They got about the same level. Like, some violence happens, but it's not particularly like gory or anything like that. There's excitement, but it's not like disturbing. Like, it's not Green Room. You know, Green Room usually have to be like maybe 45. I'm trying to think what the scariest part of of Jurassic Park, I think, is when the girl's holding on to the electric fence. And then they keep innard splicing shots of like them turning the power back on. And you're like, damn, this kid's about to get shocked, dude. And then they go, she like flies 30 feet back from the electric fence. You should, honestly, I'm not hating on Jurassic Park, Apollo. You should see Jurassic Park. It is a great movie. Now, everyone's going to say, yes, watch the first two and then stop. Don't trust them. You should watch the first one. And then if you love it, watch the second one and then stop there. If you were just like, that's pretty good, that's enough. You don't need to go any further. I think it's fine. Oh, shit. We got to find something elegant here. It doesn't have to be fast. We just need to find something elegant here, man. So I'm thinking, let's go like a little deep. Go a little deep into the oeuvre. Into the just thinking, Austin Powers 1. So who you got? You got Mike Myers, obviously. Liz Hurley, the dude from The Taming of the Shrew. Who's Michael York? There we go, Michael York. Mike Myers, he plays a lot of roles in the movie. Robert Wagner. Really not many cameos in the first Austin Powers. I'm sorry, I'm playing through the whole plot in my head right now. There's the Soup Nazi plays a dealer in the Vegas casino, Circus. Tom Arnold is the dude next to Mike Myers in the toilet scene. Will Ferrell plays Mustafa. And then Jeff Goldblum's in The Fly with a lady who, I don't remember her name. Gina Davis. That's who it is. Typhoon was in this. Mini-Me, buddy, you're way out of your depth. Mini-Me doesn't show up until the second movie. You don't know shit about Austin Powers, to be honest with you. I want to get the connection in my head. I want to flip it. And I want to go, I forgot about Mimi Raj. I forgot about Seth Green and Mindy Sterling. This is definitely, he plays the Irish assassin who keeps saying they're trying to steal my Lucky Charms. Who else we got here? I don't know who Anastasia Sakalaris plays. Well, okay, sorry. I don't mean to be glib. I think you guys might be fembots. Clint Howard, the huge. I know this guy. He plays the Soviet guy. Austin. It's the 90s. The Cold War is over. Well, finally, those capitalist pigs will get what they deserve, eh, comrade? Austin. We won. What a movie, man. What a movie. Fembot. Soup Nazi. Fembot. I forgot Carrie Fisher she leads group therapy. He would accuse chestnuts of being lazy. The kind of general malaise the genius possess in the insane lament. That's what Mike Judge looks like? Yeah? That's freaking me out, man. I didn't know. I don't know. I just can't picture him working at Penetrode. I think in my head, he plays a police officer in this movie, but I can't place it. Michael McDonald? Sorry, I'm going down memory lane. Stop! Christian Slater's in Austin Powers 1? I'm like way behind the times, man. Fembot. I know this guy. This guy's got to be Canadian. Can somebody really quickly look up Mike Haggerty and tell me if he's Canadian? He has the most Canadian face and name I think I've ever seen. American, born in Chicago. I got to visit, man. Maybe that's where my people are. What are you talking about? Don't Aquafina post in my chat. That's my job. Worst Mike Myers movie? It's not even, well, maybe it's close. The Love Guru is really bad. I can't remember if I've seen all of the Cat in the Hat. Cat in the Hat is really bad. I hear. Love Guru is almost incomprehensibly bad. Shrek the Third? Buddy. Shrek 3 might pale in comparison to the first two movies. Love Guru is like in a whole different ball game. Let's check. Rotten Tomatoes, Shrek the Third. 41%. Rotten Tomatoes, The Love Guru. 13, it should not even be at 13. So it's already like a less than a third of Shrek 3, but it really should be like, I can't believe 1 in 8 critics said that this is good. I gotta find some fucking reviews of this, man. A guilty pleasure. Treat a dumb B film. I couldn't stop laughing from all... A guilty pleasure treat. A dumb B film I couldn't stop laughing at from all the silliness. You still work in the industry, bud? I'm taking it too far. Let's see. Honestly, I'm vibing with some of these recent reviews, man, that this person has. They gave Sinners an A-. What else they got here? So a lot of stuff I haven't seen yet because it's been in theaters. The Woman in the Yard, they gave it a C+. Electric State, C-. I shouldn't mess with this person. They've seen like 47 movies in 2025. I've seen 52 this year. You've seen 52 movies that came out in 2025? Because that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about watching 52 Marvel movies, okay? I'm talking about 52 movies that have come out this year. There's probably been 6 good movies that have come out this year, which means they've watched 46 pieces of shit, which is why I'm showing them respect. That's why I'm genuflecting. This is a person who does this for the job, okay? They're not just doing it for fucking, like, to get their Criterion Collection bingo. I'm talking about people that went to a press screening for You Are Cordially Invited. Kristen Wiig, Will Ferrell exists exclusively so Amazon Prime Video can advertise that they have a Will Ferrell movie in their collection. You show some respect to this professional critic, okay? B for Mickey 17. Well, what would you give it, man? I'd also give it a B, but a critic has a responsibility to give it a higher score because they can influence more people. He's made out of the same flesh and bone as you are, bitch. You don't understand. You just don't get it. Rules for me, not for thee, right? This guy's not responsible for the complete collapse of Mickey 17 at the box office. You know who's responsible for it is the studio that said, get me the motherfucker who made Parasite and give him $200 million. He should be working under budgetary constraints. Good for him, by the way, for getting a fat paycheck and getting to do like a bit of a bigger production. But at the same time, of course, it was destined to fail, man. It was destined to fail commercially, at least. Anyway, you're so mean. You're being mean to this guy who I spotlighted, so it's my fucking fault. But at the same time, get a life. Disco Elysium doesn't take place in the future. It's not. I thought it was a science fiction game. Tell me if I'm off base or on base. It's like an alt history, alt reality. Okay. Takes place in an alt 1960s. Okay. I knew it wasn't like, Springfield, Illinois, 2021 or whatever, but Factorio. That makes a lot of sense. I don't think Factorio is interesting. I don't think of it as a 2016 game. I think of it as like a 2009 game. So NL's really never going to play Disco Elysium. It's frustrating sometimes as a guy who's said verbatim, I will never play Disco Elysium on stream about 250 times in the last 2 years, that people are like reading between the lines. I had still held out a little bit of hope that maybe there was a chance. I know you told us explicitly it was never going to happen, but you know what? Listen, kid, just for that, you're getting Puckdoku. This is a perfect Puckdoku for me today, by the way. Me when I want generic Chinese food. Chicken yaki. That doesn't really make sense. Because yaki is the Japanese word. Teppanyaki, but that's not generic. Teppanyaki is like the least generic food of all time. Teriyaki, but teriyaki is not generic. I can't believe I'm about to crash out on this shit for like the 5th consecutive year. 22-year-olds who are living on their own with 7 roommates in a city for the first time after moving from rural Ohio. Yeah, chicken teriyaki is pretty good for a starter Japanese food, but it doesn't hold a candle to a more advanced Japanese food, such as okonomiyaki. That's literally what you sound like, bro. Luckily, I'm from LA. Lucky for you in this one instance ever, I guess. Who said this? Teriyaki's fine. I'm just saying there's a lot of motherfuckers in chat who, if they went out to a Japanese restaurant, they would feel too self-conscious to order chicken teriyaki. Because they'd be like, they're going to think I'm a picky eater if I order chicken teriyaki. Instead, I'm going to order something like, let me get the spicy tuna combo. Don't hit me with 7 question marks. Look at all the people typing +2. Chicken gnocchi. Someone said it's a thing. Yeah, Ahmad said it's a thing. Sort of thing you might not understand if you've never been to a restaurant before. I get it. You know what? We should do scrandle. A failure to scran is a scran to fail. Chicken katsu and seasoned chips versus chips. See, this is the shit that pisses me off because you're going to say this looks like AI-generated garbage. I think this looks like the tastiest shit you could ever possibly eat. But because you're going to virtue signal, they're going to go for this one. This looks absolutely hideous. So no matter what this is or how much it costs, it's going to win. They both look great, man. They both look great. This is a little bit more appropriate for a sporting event. Wow, those are two tight ones, man. All right, okay, this is... I bet it tastes good, but it looks like a lamprey. It looks like they've given you a lamprey on the plate. I'm going to have to go with whatever that is. Thank you for saying the panini was better looking. By the way, I know we're like 2 days on from that. Did it look like the lines on the panini were painted on? Yeah, it still looked better than the other thing. I don't even remember what the other thing was. It looked like it got run over by a car. It's a panini, man. It gets pressed. Pokedoku, nice try. How's La Paz this time of year? This is obviously never going to happen. 2013, 920 million views. This is Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I feel like I know something about this. It sounds like this is a big song, like an iconic song. Shooby-dooby-doo. Sounds like some rag and bone man. Like a skin. Good guess, but no. That's like that chord change there. It's not Rag and Bone Man. It's the pre-Rag and Bone Man. Take me to church. Hosier. There we go. How did it take so long? You don't want me to answer that. You don't want me to answer that. If you think this is very recognizable and you got it right away, you don't want me to answer why I don't know it. I didn't say it's ass. I didn't say anything. I said you don't want me to say it. It was on the radio. I had Apple CarPlay at the time. Say it. I don't necessarily think it's like a bad song. It's just not good enough for me to choose to willfully listen to it. It's not good enough for me to hear it once and be like, I got to remember the name of that song so I can listen to it at home. It's good enough that I could weather the song from front to back. There's some songs that I can't do that for. He's massively talented. I wouldn't know because it's the only song of his I've heard. I can take your word for it. That can't be true. And you claim to be an empath. It's crazy. I know, man. We're out here glazing Hosier. We're glazing Hosier out here. I don't even know what the hell the words mean, man. He's performing at Ottawa Blues Fest this year. You will not see me there, but that's fine. I'm glad, man. I'm happy for him. He's like Irish Bob Dylan. Okay, what's his Blood on the Tracks? What's his Blonde on Blonde? What's his Highway 61 Revisited? What's his Bringing It All Back Home? What's his Time Out of Mind? What's his Modern Time? What's his Murder Most Foul? What's his Desire? Take Me to Church? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You know what? You keep Take Me to Church, and I'll keep rocking with Black Diamond Bay. And the boiler in the basement blue. We just went at the marble staircase thinking he was the Soviet ambassador. Bob Dylan sucks? Yeah, at singing, but his songs are amazing, man. It's like the classic... when you make fun of, this is more of a Justin bit, but when you make fun of, or you say, I don't like the current Republican president, and then they go, Obama sucks too, and then you go, yeah, what's your point? That's what it's like to be a Bob Dylan fan. People are like, his singing sucks, and you're like, yeah, obviously, I've listened to a lot of it. It's pretty much all bad. And like the singing is all bad. The songs are amazing, man. They would be worse if a better singer sang them, because the motherfucker who wrote them gets the divine right to sing them. You might be an idiot if you think that you love his songs, but you would rather that like Norah Jones covered every single one of them or something like that. You might be compromised. You might not be mature enough to interface with art, in my opinion. So bad singing is good? Yeah, when the songs are good. Blood on the Tracks would be worse if Adele sang A Simple Twist of Fate. And she's a better singer. She didn't write it. She didn't feel it. Now, would Hello from the Other Side be better if Bob Dylan sang it? It might be more interesting to me. Better might not be the word that I would use, but it would be interesting at least. Anyway, you will not bait me. I've seen your Topster. Your 20 favorite albums all came out from 2010 onwards. Maybe you've got Amnesiac in your top 25. You listened to it twice, said this is good enough. It'll clout me up to put it in there in between all the Tyler, the Creator, and Frank Ocean albums. Because I know Kid A is probably the one you're vibing with the most, or maybe the Benz, but Amnesiac is like the cool one. It's the counter pick. I totally understand. Well, that's true in Rainbows. In Rainbows is sick, though. So was Amnesiac, to be fair. Did you see the post on the subreddit that was like, NL's methodology for solving the parlor games is all wrong? And then when you click on the post, it says, surprise, bitch, I got you. It's actually, this is like gay Bohemian Rhapsody or something like that. It got me really good, man. that was really good. Dude, sometimes Reddit is so funny. 52 male, no kids, never drank alcohol or smoked anything in my entire life. AMA. What the fuck am I going to ask you? You haven't done anything. What'd you eat for lunch? Like, what's the question? What am I going to ask? There's nothing wrong with being boring. It's good to be boring, especially when you're 52. But like, why are you doing an AMA, man? What's your favorite hobby? I'm into cars. Okay, good. You're a guy. You're just a guy. You're just a guy. That's fine. What do you do when you get sad? What I've always done. Deal with it. Dealing with it is all I've known. That's not even an answer. You said ask me anything. You're not even giving them an answer, man. You're not even looking inside yourself or anything. That's crazy. Since I've always been a chill guy, getting loose comes naturally to me. You can drink alcohol and I can drink water. We can socialize equally. I've been around drinkers all my life. Oh, yeah, but like, I'm not... No. What are your vices? Since my diet is so strict with my bodybuilding. Oh, no, man. No. I'm putting the phone down. I put the phone down. I threw it away. I'm not making fun of him. I just don't need to read more from a 52-year-old bodybuilder. I'm not making fun of him. We are on different paths. You know how I feel about guys in their 50s who have abs. It's not what God intended for us. God intended for you to have abs age 15 to like maybe 27, and then like just get a little softer over time. 15? Yeah, man. You just like, you don't have to build abs. They're there by default. They came for free with your fucking mitosis. That's like one of the worst days of your life in middle school when you go to like a pool party and then you take off your shirt to get in the pool and you got like a little belly. And then you look around you and all your friends have abs. And you're like, well, I guess I missed the fucking memo. I guess we all got abs now, huh? This is a substantial aura loss for me at the pool party. Been there? Who would have thought all the dudes who were playing school sports have got abs? I've been sitting here playing PlayStation 2. I got like a little beer belly just from drinking like, 3 Tahiti treats after I got home from school every day. It doesn't seem fair. Shirt in the pool. You can't do, even if you're not I don't mean this to be rude. You can wear a rash guard in the pool these days to not get a sunburn. In the 8th grade in '02, you had to choose. As if you were a little chubby in the 8th grade, you had to choose. No shirt in the pool. Everybody knows you're chubby anyway. You can pretend to be confident. Fake it till you make it. Or shirt in the pool, get made fun of. That's rough. Because everybody knows that you're a little pudgy anyway. And then also you're showing weakness. And it does kind of look worse. No shirt is always better. These days I wear a rash guard. And if anyone was like, are you self-conscious to take your shirt off? I've got plausible deniability. Have you ever heard of melanoma, bitch? But in the 8th grade in '02, you didn't have those options. That's true. You should wear a shirt in the pool when you have abs. And then when they're like, take your shirt off. Okay, be careful what you wish for. But if you have an Audi, it's just a bad roll. You can recover from an Audi. In '02, I'm just being honest with you. I'm not sure I've ever seen an Audi in real life. I know they exist. They gotta exist at like 1%, 2% of the population, but I don't think I've ever seen one. It kind of blew my mind. It was within the last year that I found out that it's not the doctor's choice whether you get an innie or an outie. It literally depends on like where the tissue falls off after the umbilical cord is clipped. Like I have a child who had their like clipped umbilical cord fall off, and I didn't know how a belly button became an innie or an outie. That latest bazaar is the biggest type A bait this week. What if I told you I just play the game for fun? There's no like conspiracy behind it. You've spent too much time on I just record it and I post it up on YouTube. It's not like this. It's actually Galaxy Brain bait to get more comments because the comments then juice it in the algorithm. I literally don't care. If you annoy me, I would rather you just didn't watch it. The conspiracy is, I think you like it. And if you don't like it, stop watching it, okay? But just don't bother me about it. Yeah, no, your name's committed to memory. You got the badge, Darkeo. Let me see here. Darkeo4719/user. Darkeo, no, not Dark CEO. Darkeo4719. Account created 12 years ago. Following for 5 years. I loved it. Shut up. What'd you type before that? I like the boobs. All right, you're cool. Never mind. No, you got a lot. Why don't you have anything on the right side of jellyfish? Can you move the shell coral in the ice luge? Chemical fire is better. Battery is goated. He's right. What's the reason you can't move shell ice and coral next to the jelly? Just undid toxic. I can't. It gives you a poison trigger. Dive weights over seashell. Catalyst pivot. How did you get orange Julius? Tie. I put on my robe and wizard hat. I think that last part was a reference, but holy cow, man. That's crazy. There's like 100 messages like that 2 days ago. That's insane. Gamers, and also Wake Up Honey. We're playing Drop Duchy here today. It comes out on May the 5th, 2025. Today's May the 2nd, 2025. Add it to your wish list, ! Duchy. We'll give you a link where you can check it out. You may have noticed that we played this when it had a demo a couple of months ago. It is a deck building, tower defense Tetris game. You build your deck of buildings, drop them from the ceiling with certain arrangements that have positional bonuses, benefits, synergies, drawbacks, etc., and then when you fill the board, you fight the enemies who have also placed their buildings. I crashed out because I got bodied last time that I played this. But you are going to help me, and we're going to make this work together. We are going to actually beat the first act today. But I may need your help as well. To be honest with you, thank you again to the Arcade crew for sponsoring this video and this stream. Faint Bunny, can you hold the Bob Dylan joke until after the sponsored segment? Okay, well, you know what? Just type it right now. You've earned a little cachet before I even get started here. I'm sure you had it pre-typed, right? We're looking, we're pausing, we're looking, we're pausing. Oh wait, here it is. Bob Dylan, if he experienced the Doppler effect, tangled up in red. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. It's apropos of nothing at all. But it's kind of like, it's ticklish. It tickled me a little bit. Let's start a new run here. And you know what? Let's play the tutorial again, because some of you guys obviously didn't get it the first time. Pay attention to your defense. If it reaches 0, you lose the run and must restart. Each round, pieces will come in a random order and you have to place them on the grid. Buildings collect resources if you respect their activation rules, so gather as much as you can. When you complete a line, you trigger an exploration. Each terrain on a line will grant you resources. If you complete several lines at once, you'll gain even more resources. Okay, that's how you play Tetris, and you rotate with W. I can live with that. Or Control, in case we need to do a T-spin. I'm not going to crash out. There's no reason for me to crash out. So I drop you right here, reserve a long piece, and then build up. I think this is a game that incentivizes... Huge. Look at this. We're creating fields, people. This is a game that incentivizes single wells instead of double wells. And I think that's where I got myself into trouble last time. Was with that specific situation. I mean, this is huge, man. This is huge. Wood Clearer turns each forest into a plain and gains 8 wood. This is just Tetris. You gotta give it a second, bud. You gotta give it a second. First, we gotta get an exploration and get a staggering amount of resources. We're farming right now. This is where you, Apollo, you're not built for this, okay? You're not built for this. You've never seen that type of stuff right there. You've never seen a fella do a move like that. Okay, now we farmed. I may need to move my camera. Don't get me wrong, but we farmed up 102 wood, 172 wheat. And we got a little, I thought we got a little bonus, but I guess that's already factored in there. Now, Slay the Spire style, we can select a card to add to our deck. Each card has rules explaining how they activate. And in the upper right corner, you can see they're level 1, but you can also upgrade them. Lumber Camp. Harvest 3 wood for each connected forest, or a herborist. Turn each plane into a range, into a forest, and gain 2 attack, I think. Each square counts as a field that gains 20 wheat when explored. Interesting. Lumber Choppy! I like that. I like that. Lumber Choppy! He doesn't say it like that, though. It's more like... Lumber Choppy! Lumber Choppy! It's a little too fast. I apologize. I'm getting excited for the block party screening of Minecraft the movie. Apollo, you should go, man. I mean, for 100, if I remember correctly, it seems like wood upgrades wheat-producing buildings and wheat upgrades wood-producing buildings. So they got like there's a countervailing impulse there. We just got something that's going to give us more wheat. Let's spend some wheat to upgrade something that gives us more wood. That's huge. Recruit... Pay attention, I forgot about unit type as well. Arrows beat axes, swords beat arrows, axes beat swords. Recruit 4 axes for each plane or field, plus 15 if adjacent to 6 planes or fields. Recruit 3 arrows for each connected forest piece. We could choose a watchtower, which is only a 1 piece. Range 2, recruit 1 arrow for each plane and 3 for each field. Trying to think. Well, it's real. It's real, people. Axes beat swords. Swords beat arrows. Arrows beat axes. Axes beat swords, which to me means we should take axes because I bet in the tutorial, what's the most generic weapon type? Swords. Before each round, you need to select which buildings you'd like to use. Take the time to observe the specifics of this location and upgrade cards accordingly. Here's your terrains. Here's the enemies. There's swords and arrows. Select your buildings here. It's a good idea to select military buildings that counter the enemy if possible. I, personally, would love to place a rally point. And then maybe we don't need a farm. Because we only have 4 planes. And instead, we could take an exploited land that says each square counts as a field that gains 20 when explored. Am I finally thinking with my noggin? Please get removed. I'd like to remove you. Guys, I maybe they don't want me to remove. Oh, no, you have to click on it. You have to use your mouse to click on it. That's my bad. Paulo, you ever have that happen? You ever have that happen? You forget how to interface technology? You get to place the enemy buildings too, because you kind of want to like maroon them in places where they don't get lots of bonuses. So for example, they recruit 3 arrows for each connected forest piece. Here's what I'm thinking. We got forests coming our way. Let's reserve them and maybe just never place them. Maybe you never place them. One of the things you got to know about a fella like me is I get high like paper. I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. You go there, you get dropped in here. We recruit a little bit more as a result. And then the second ranger base never gets played. And now it's 26 axes versus 10 swords. So you literally don't stand a chance. Select the groups in the order and confirm the sequence. When 2 groups of the same side combine, they add their forces. The new group's type is the type of the larger group. When 2 groups of opposite camps fight, they subtract their forces, but an advantage group has plus 50%. I mean, so if I'm correct here, we should lose 6 or 7 units. That's right? We lost 7 units there. After the battle, you lose defense points for each enemy left on the grid. If you're the one with units left, you receive bonus gold instead. That was a pretty good performance, man. I think we had a good thing going on. Farms turn plains into fields, which gives us even more. And the range is 2, man. Elvis Costello, if he were in Drop Duchy and he was an upgraded farm, my range is 2. You know what I'm saying? No, of course not. You probably think that Elvis Costello fits into the same mold as like a U2 or an REM, an artist that's only for boomers or maybe elder Gen X, but doesn't have a place in the modern 21st century. You don't know of what you speak. You don't know anything about Allison, okay? You got a range of 2. I've already done the Elvis Costello one. 19 arrows. That's the way you do it. Oh, I reserved it. I pressed the wrong button. I just started hitting buttons. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why not? Maybe a roadhouse. They're hitting me with that, like, when will my life begin type guitar. You know what I'm talking about, Jay? Like Tangled, when will my life begin guitar? Sunday morning, the usual line up. Mop the floor and sweep till the show's all clean. Then shine up. And then by then it's like 7:15, and then I'll read a book, or maybe 2 or 3. You know what I'm talking about. You go here. You create some fields. We got more stuff coming. We got the cavalry's coming. We haven't gotten our military buildings yet, man. Our military buildings appear to not exist. Old Tower loves to be near mountains. I love it. I mean, it's been 12 years of this comment. I know you were probably 8 the first time it was written, but NL sells these games so well because it makes me immediately want to go and do better. Some things never change. People are still writing this sentence as if it's the first time anyone has ever thought of it. Hate that comment. You were probably the first dude who made it back in like 2012 or something like that. Now come back in a year for the part 2, which is when you leave a comment that I can't see, usually in like a Steam review or on Reddit or something, that was like, I bought this because I thought that NL was really bad at it, but then when I actually played it for myself, I found out that he was actually making it look easier than it was. That's the next step, and it happens all the time. Go ahead, play me and Isaac, man. Play me and Isaac. Did you finish your run yet? Guys, when the game doesn't come out for 3 days, what's your streak? What are you talking about here? What does Stronghold do again? 7 for each adjacent empty square or border. Maybe you should just drop it off at the top. There's no great spot to put you, man. I have to put you here. But then I gotta build up a little bit. I had no choice. If I didn't do that, they will kill us both. Now this we could explore maybe, but I have to create as little borders. The edge counts. Oh no. We literally still mog you, by the way. We got 9 dudes. We got 5 dudes left. Alright, now we know for the future at least. That was horrible, man. Someone being told they got... I can't read that during the sponsor stream. I'm sorry. It's a great bit, though. It's a great bit. Guy who has an inferiority complex because he finds out he wasn't conceived by quote-unquote real... Blankman. Not to Damon Wayans post, but yeah, that's a good bit. You guys should be comedians. Because that's a really good bit. Has anyone ever told you? You guys are funny. We have to do the math, okay? 15 beats 10. Normally you'd use 5, but we have a 50% bonus. So this would leave us with... Sorry, normally we'd lose 10. 50% bonus means we lose 8. So as a result, we go to 7. Is that correct? 1 second. It's the greatest day of my life. It's okay. Listen, we're going to consider this an anthropological exercise, all right? I can tell just from the username, they're not from my neck of the woods. They might be from a part of the world where it's actually polite to be mean to people, but this website is American-based. In North America, we say our mean thoughts in private and we pretend to be polite in public, okay? So consider that a lesson about how the rest of the world works. I don't know how they do it in other parts of the world. In other parts of the world, it's considered impolite to be nice to somebody. But over here, we put on airs. Swords, become swords, become swords, become swords. Swallow arrows, swallow axes. Don't stop till you're numb. You got minus 25 for no reason? How is it you're named after a goated television program from 16 years ago, and you're out here talking about numbers that don't even matter, like minus 25 at Garth Marenghi? You don't feel like you betrayed yourself? You lost your sense of purpose and your joie de vivre somewhere down the line? Happens, but don't try to pin that on me, man. It's not really my fault at all. We should be chopping it up, talking about, so what happened with you and this Renwick customer? Stay, you're out here telling me minus 25. You're a Minnesota weatherman or something. Gotta think about it. You're obviously cooked. Do you count as a mountain? How do I know if this counts as a mountain, chat? How do I know if this counts as a mountain? It is made of rocks. That's a given. It's gray. No idea, bud. It's not even out yet. I'm sending it. Oh! How much do you gain? 12 arrows. There's no place to drop you, man. There's no... Oh, but that did 2. No, it didn't. Okay, it did 1. Don't cry. Embarrassing. It was either that or, like, drop 30 units on their head directly, which... Oh, shit. Alright, but for the love of God, don't drop that one over there. Okay. 54?! At least they're all arrows. So we want swords. And then big bank, take little bank. We still mog them supremely. Holy cow. Our build is actually insane, man. I won't type it. Garth Marenghi, we're about to be the first person in history to beat this game. You know that, right? Another. Now you need to not be aligned. You're coming out again. Here you will be aligned. Here you won't be aligned. No, okay. If you're gonna have to drop an alarm tower, drop... Oh, but it's aligned with the training camp. There's no place for it. Because these two rows are the only ones, but I need it to not be... It needs to show up like there, but there's no way to get it there. There's no way to get it there. On the... Wait. No, but the training camp hits it. It hits the training camp here! I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Top left. Buddy, it's Tetris! You can't stop the block here. And I gotta, no matter what, one of my next two has to be an alarm tower. Build it up. You can't because it's gotta be one of the next two has to be an alarm tower, man. Big square, then little square. Unique. This is a classic gambit. We're begging for your life now. Do you consent that if this leads to them getting extra units, you will be permanently banned from the chat? You were typing in all caps, so you must be very confident. Don't agree. Your message contains agree. This pact is sealed. Any last words? Spare them? Why? On what grounds? Watchtowers don't count each other? Those are alarm towers. Watchtowers are a completely different unit. Beg for your life in chat. Arrows beat axes. So we just want as many arrows as possible. And then we go... Yada, 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 yada. We might survive, man. Forget survive it. We might win. Like, we might clear. Forget might. We did. This is such a great redemption arc. Burger Master. Next. No, and then? Victory, dude. Look at that, 45,000. Okay. Thank you again to the Arcade crew for the sponsorship. This was Drop Duchy. The time flew by. It's been 3 hours. Exclamation point Duchy. Check it out for yourself. It comes out on Monday. Add it to your Steam wish list. Monday, May 5th. Monday, May 5th. All right, let me see if my wife is ready to stream. Hello. I almost typed that to David, which would have been a weird comment. Hello. Are you ready to stream? Smiley face. You streaming Monday? Is it a long weekend in the US? I'm streaming on Monday. I heard people in the US talking about long weekends. No, not at all. Memorial Day's in like 3 weeks, right? It's a bank holiday in the United Kingdom. May the 2nd be with you. Same in Germany. I mean, I feel like a bank holiday is smart, man. I kind of like the way the UK does it. They don't have to pretend like, oh, we'd love to work today, but instead, we have to observe this very special day. We have to observe the midpoint between George Washington and Abraham Lincoln's birthday. So we couldn't possibly work today. Please, bosses, we're so sorry. UK is like 6 times a year. Just a day to generate some slack in your life. You probably got some stuff you haven't done that you need to do. Take a day off, throw out all the expired food in your pantry, reorganize your shelf, come back with a clear head on Tuesday, man. Is she live? Yes, okay, because I'm not getting any replies. I'll send you over there. Ghosted. All right, have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Later.
I'm traveling down the road and I'm squirting with disaster. Got my finger up my bum and my wrist is moving faster. Got my denim on the floor and someone comes a knocking. Please don't open the door, I'm still stroking my cock and squirting with disaster, babe. Y'all don't know what I mean. Okay, that's all I got, but I think they went longer than expected.
That was crazy.
Dang.
Yeah. You didn't have that written down?
No, it came to me in a dream.